Strawberries. A relatively easy crop to grow in relation to the immense bounty they provide. And while I encourage every new grower to give these guys a try, growing them first from seed is not something I really suggest. Although not impossible, growing strawberries from seeds is tough sledding, and runners or even crown divisions are definitely the superior methods. So today, with my strawberries still in winter dormancy and all of our thoughts focused on next summer's production, let me give you my top 4 reasons why that is, and why you shouldn't be growing your first strawberry patch all the way from seed. Despite literally growing on the outside of the fruit, uniquely in full display, easy to collect by the hundreds, strawberry seeds can actually be a pain to get started. Collection is simple, planting is easy, but getting these little seeds to sprout is sometimes pretty tricky. Strawberry seeds are one of those seeds that benefit greatly from a period of stratification. That is, they need a 1 to 3 month chilling period to properly break their seed dormancy. It's actually quite fascinating, and it's exactly what would be happening to these guys in nature. The old fruit is left on the plant to dry up and wither away in the fall, followed by a winter freeze, possibly buried in the snow, finally emerging in the spring, sprouting as new strawberry seedlings. Without that winter chill, that cold stratification, strawberry seeds can be very difficult to get going. It's not hard to do, but it is one more step, and it does take time. Speaking of that time, growing strawberry from seeds can be slow going. Even if you go ahead and properly chill those seeds first for months and get them to germinate successfully, they grow at a snail's pace. Honestly, strawberries are the one crop where it feels like they're in this delicate seedling stage for a lifetime, and that there's no way that you're going to get the plants to mature in the same season that you plant them. In fact, it's pretty much guaranteed that you won't. You see, strawberry plants, like the seeds, need to undergo a winter chilling period to stimulate the production of next year's fruit. It's all part of their life cycle, and without it, those plants won't flower, which means they won't produce the fruit. It's the main reason that strawberries are not grown in tropical or hot climates. The winter chill, known as vernalization, sets the plants up to bloom in the spring, and it's from those flowers that we get the fruit. Grown from seed, even if you can get the plants large enough with an above average growth trajectory, still won't give you fruit in that first year, putting you behind production of most other crops. And finally, if that hasn't scared you off growing these guys from seed, we have to be conscious of the fact that all strawberries are in fact hybrids. In the world of runners and crown divisions, however, this matters not, because each one of those daughter plants is going to be an exact clone of the main one. That is, they'll have the exact same growth characteristics as the mother plant, including that fruit. With hybrids of any crop, not just strawberries, once you allow pollination and reproduction to take place, the outcome is going to be completely unknown. Imagine putting in 2 years of growth and all that effort only to find out that the plants don't fruit, or if they do, they're small, or worse, they're bitter and inedible. For most gardeners, knowing this alone is enough to make them not want to grow their strawberries from seed. However, if you're still keen to try this, I'd be remiss if I didn't at least show you how to do it. First, start off with known variety, store-bought seeds. Don't try to collect seeds from your own strawberry patch, and certainly don't collect seeds from store-bought fruit. Remember, hybrid. Next, like we mentioned before, we have to stratify those seeds. Now, some store-bought seeds are going to be pre-stratified, yes, but they'll be labeled as such. And if so, you can skip this step. For all others, place your seeds in moist paper towel in a sealed bag in the fridge for about 30 to 40 days. Dry seeds normally don't stratify too well, so the moist paper towel is important. You only want it to be slightly damp though. If it's too wet, you run the risk of simply rotting the seeds. Now, if you do stratify the whole seed packet dry, but you don't plan on using all of the seeds right away, let the bag sit for at least a day to get rid of any condensation. Once the seeds are stratified, it's time to plant. Strawberry seeds, much like the plants, grow right at the soil surface, and the easiest way to plant them is to simply place the seed on top of the soil and slightly push it down. Keep the seeds, pots, and trays in a nice warm spot, ensuring that soil stays nice and moist, but never soaking wet. Strawberry seeds can take a while to get going. Anywhere from 1 to 5 weeks for germination is completely normal. And therein lies the trick with strawberries. Much like carrots that are sown right at the surface and take a long time to germinate, we run the risk of the seeds drying out. A clear dome cover with consistent misting should do the trick. Once sprouted, give the plants full light and dial back those temperatures to no more than 70 degrees Fahrenheit. The seedlings will need at least 3 sets of true leaves as well as a pretty extensive root system before you can think about transplanting. Since they're not going to flower or fruit that first season, I tend to leave my strawberry seedlings in their pots for a whole year, planting them out in the garden the following spring after that. Now, whether you plan to grow your strawberries from seed or not, that was a lot of information. Let's go ahead and recap those main points to make sure that it all sticks. Strawberries are amazing producers and one of the most prolific crops you'll ever plant. Just not one you should be growing all the way from seed. That is, unless you're up for an unnecessary challenge. Either way, happy growing, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.